Before groups, life was miserable. Um, I went from having a lot of health issues. So I began a dependency on pain medication. And as many know, the pain medication working kind of wears off. And then you got to get more. So you got to buy them from the streets. And then when that got too expensive, I moved to heroin. It's the main really part of the recovery is my people, places, and things. I keep the people out of my life that keep me down. The places I go, I make sure I don't go anywhere where there's temptations. And the things I do, I have immersed my life in recovery, the people that are about recovery, and even family members. If they're not about it, then they're got to be out of the circle. If it wasn't for my fiance, I wouldn't even be here. When I called groups, they were very open. They were very explanative about what the process would be, what I would have to do, and it would start pretty much immediately. And I really liked that, like it was now. A lot of the places you go, even if you go to the hospital or the doctor, people judge you. They look at you like an addict. They treat you different. I did not get that treatment from groups. I was welcomed, and very shortly after, I started bonds with those who were in my group, and we basically leaned on one another for everything that was going on in our life, whether it be somebody died, when I found out I had cancer, many different things that usually is just a huge trigger for someone to use. The absolute worst day was when my mom died. Yeah, when my mom died, I really had to lean on groups for that because that was really hard. And hearing about the cancer, thinking that, I wouldn't be around for my kids. And then I had a double prostate infection after that. And I was very close to death there, like outwards. And that was really difficult to deal with. A lot of us in groups had traded phone numbers so that we could help lean on one another. And I would get periodic texts from the people in my group asking how I was, if there's anything I need. The counselor, the office manager, everybody. I mean, everybody just put a hand forward. There's a lot of things that have gotten better since joining groups in my life, like sharing my emotions with my fiance, different ways I can explain it without seeming like I'm talking down. I have a larger circle of trusted people now. And the more people that's in your group that you have, the better off you are that you're going to recover. Oh, I've had a way better relationship with my kids. There's things that they saw in me. They didn't know what was going on, but they knew something was going on. And now I can look at them. I don't see sadness in their eyes. I see happiness. I get to play with them. Each one of them, I have a special activity I do with, because that's one of the hardest things with 5 kids to do, is make time for each one. So I try to make one day for each one of them where I have special time. I know it's hard. I know it's hard trying to make that jump. And I know the extreme anxiety that goes through your head, that you don't want to go through that withdrawing feeling. You don't want to possibly go through something that's not going to help. And you've been through this before. I tried this before. Groups is different. It's not your average people. It's actually people that care. And that is the major difference. People that care, therapy, and the medication, all in a whole, is what you must have.